Hi and welcome back. So in our last video, we talked about finding your passion. So today we're going to be talking about passion and purpose. So in the last video, I talked about finding your passion. The question I have for you is, have you identified your passion yet? The first step towards change is the awareness of your passion. Jesus had a passion for the souls of men. He came and brought salvation to mankind to redeem us and reunite us back with God. Another important step to growth is acceptance. You have to accept yourself for who you are. Stop trying to be someone else. God made you perfect for greatness. Know yourself and start building. It is important to accept yourself. It's important to know who you are. It's important to accept that you are who you are. You are not different. The moment you accept yourself, you find out that the awareness for yourself becomes more. Stop being like other people. The people you're trying to be like are already themselves. They don't need a duplicate. Those people are already themselves. You don't need to be like them. Be yourself. Now, there are 5 questions that will help you start building on your growth process. Number 1, do you like what you are doing now? Now, that is actually a very big question because most people will tell you that they're doing something now, but they don't like it. So, do you like what you're doing now? A lot of people don't like what they do for a living. Then the question is, then why do they do it? I mean, if you don't like what you're doing, then why are you doing it? But one of the main answers we always get or we have is that it's because of the necessity to make a living. A lot of people are doing what they're doing just to make a living out of it. So they are able to get their money from it to pay bills and do whatever they need to do. But they don't really like what they're doing. But you don't have to stay on that job or whatever it is that you're doing that you don't like your whole life, especially when it does not align with your purpose or career in life. Now, sometimes we may be doing things that align with our purpose and career. That's fine. You can stay well as long as you want there until when you start your own thing. Because while you're there, you're gaining experience, you're gaining knowledge, you're gaining wisdom, and it's something that aligns with what your assignment is, what your calling is. But if it doesn't align exactly with what you are being called to do, my take is this: do not stay too long. You can still stay there just to, gather experience and learn something, because they say no knowledge is lost. So actually, anywhere you find yourself on the surface of this earth, take advantage of that uh, should I call it that office or that platform, knowing that it's temporary, but take something from there that you know will be of added value to you. So when you move on to your next level where you're supposed to be, whatever you have learned from that previous place will be an added value and added advantage to wherever it is that you're going to. So life is a risk, and people fear change because they may experience failure. But risk can also appear at any point in our lives. For example, you may get fired from your job or fail the early steps of pursuing your purpose. Either ways, you are at risk. So it's better to live with the risk of living your purpose, because that is what will eventually lead you to your greatness. So don't be afraid to take risks. Life is all about risks. If you do not take risks, I can tell you, risk will come and take you. You may be on a job and you're stuck on that job and you don't want to move on to your next level. You don't want to grow on that job because you feel that job is all you have and you hold on to it. If you do not take risk by getting something better or trying to start your own business, starting something on your own that will push you up to your next level, and you sit on that same spot, you don't want to take risks. But guess what? A risk can come and take you out. How? You may end up losing that job. Yes, you may get fired. The company may close down. It may liquidate. They may file for bankruptcy. I mean, so many things may happen that you may not just be on that job anymore. Sometimes they lay off people, and bring in new people, or just lay off people because they cannot afford to pay everybody staff salary anymore. So it's important that if you have the advantage to take risks that is taking it to your next level, do not be afraid. Just go for it. Even if it amounts to failure, do not be afraid. Let me tell you something. Success is failure turned inside out. If you don't fail in the process of working towards success, then that means I don't think you're on the right path. Failure comes to help us to prepare ourselves for the next step of success. So that is why failure is important. I'm not saying um you are a failure. No. I mean, failure is something we just experience, but that doesn't mean that we should dwell in it. We should opt to move higher. Just because you did something today and you did not succeed and you failed in it doesn't mean you should give up. Try it again. Keep going, keep trying, keep trying, keep trying until eventually you succeed. So your story at the end of the day when you succeed will be the story of the failures that you experience. They said there's no success without a story. So your story actually is made up of the failures you encountered on the way before you became successful. So do not run away from failure. Do not reject failure completely, because it's part of your growing process that will take you to your next level. So Proverbs 18:16 says, a man's gift maketh room for him and brings him before great men. So that's why I said you have to find your purpose, you have to live it, because it's the gift that God has given you that maketh room for you and brings you before great men. Number two, I said there are 5 questions that will help you start building on your growth process. The first one, I said, do you like what you are doing now? We just spoke about that. So number 2, what would you like to do? If you do not like what you're doing now, then what would you prefer that you're doing? What would you like to do? What is it that's your desire and your passion that you love, that you think you love to do? Do you know what you would like to do? The question, because it's not just that I don't like what I'm doing now, but the question is, do you know what you would like to do? Have you found your passion? Once you find your passion, the difference is clear. Why? It gives you energy and excellence. That's what happens when you find your passion. It gives you energy, it gives you excellence. You're able to have a focus and clarity of what you're heading for. So it energizes you and gives you that zeal for you to start moving towards it, start pushing towards it, start working towards it. Now, there are 3 things I would like you to take note of. Number 1, you will never fulfill your destiny on a job you don't like. As long as you don't like that job you are doing, or whatever it is, the career or whatever that you know that you are in right now, you will never fulfill your destiny on it because you don't like it. So your passion is not there, your fulfillment is not there, your desire is not there. So there's no how you can succeed. It will always be a burden as long as you stay on that job. Number 2, passion gives you an advantage over others that don't have it. When you discover your passion, it gives you a high advantage over other people that don't have passion, other people that haven't found their passion yet, other people that don't even know their left from right. They don't have a sense of direction in their life yet. It gives you advantage over them, because if you have found your passion, that means you found yourself, you found your sense of direction, and you're able to start moving forward in life. And while others are still wondering and still, looking in the air and, just hovering around, not knowing what to do, you are already on the path of greatness. You're already on the path of being successful. So it's important, find your passion so that you can be picked out from amongst the crowd, the everybody's. You'll be picked out among the everybody's and be a somebody. Number 3, passion gives energy. We already talked about that. When you find your passion, it gives you energy. It gives you the zeal to start pursuing. It gives you the power to start, sorting after the things that you know that you love to do, things that you know that you find fulfillment in. I love talking to people and encouraging people to pursue their passions. I love to do that a lot. And I am always excited when I see people growing into a better version of themselves. That gives me fulfillment. There's a teacher in my school where I teach. He has been talking about pursuing his passion to be a principal. He's a classroom teacher right now. But even as last year, he told me all about it, that he would love to. And I did encourage him. I said, look, if your passion is that you would like to be the principal of a school, do not relegate yourself in a classroom. Pursue it. Go ahead and make all the inquiries, do the exam, do the certification. And he did. He went ahead to do everything. It's been like a year process now. But on Friday, which I saw him, that was like 2 days ago, he stopped me and he told me, say, guess what? Remember I told you that I was going to pursue my next step to being a principal? I said, yes. Tell me about it. He said, well, I have done all the exams, I've done all the testings, I've passed, I screamed, I was like, yay, congratulations. So right now, he's qualified to, be a principal. It's just that there's still 1 or 2 steps of, I think, license, I don't know, license or something he has to do, but that's just by the side. It's not like something that is going to stop him. That right now he's qualified, he's certified, so he's good to go. He can get job offers now. Like if anyone calls him now, if he would like to take a position as a principal of a school, that he can apply and he would get it. I said, this is just the greatest news so far. I was so happy. I congratulated. I said, that is awesome. Can you imagine? Within a year, see how God has turned around his situation. He was a classroom teacher last year, but now God has helped him to take him to the next level. Now he's the principal of a school. He could be a principal of a school any moment from now. Glory be to God Almighty. So I love to talk to people. I love when people have been able to grow to a better version of themselves. It gives me fulfillment. So how do you know what you like to do? Okay, listen to your heart. Some people will say, I don't know what I want to do. I'm confused. There are too many things on my mind. But I can bet you there's always this one thing that always pursues, your heart. There's something that you love. There's something that always keeps coming, keeps repeating itself. Pay attention to what you love doing. Listen to your heart. There are 2 most important days in a man's life: the day he was born and the day he finds his purpose. That's how important your purpose is. It's not just the day that you were born, even the day that you find your purpose in life. So that's just an important day, because that day transforms you. It gives you clarity. It gives you a new beginning. It gives you a focus that you're able to follow. It's just like GPS when you're going somewhere. When you put on the GPS, the address of where you're going, the GPS takes you directly to your location. It doesn't take you around and around and around. And so, of course, when GPS is leading you while you're driving, there's so much confidence and trust, knowing that you are heading for a specific defined direction. And it even gives you the time range that you will get there. It could tell you you'll be there in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So in your mind that, yes, in 10 minutes, I'll be there. It's certain. It's confirmed. That is how our destiny is supposed to be. For you to know exactly where you're going to, know the time frame that will take you there, and start working towards it. So at the end of, the whole journey, you will get your location successful, with testimonies, giving glory back, all the glory back to God, in the name of Jesus. So the next one is number 3. So number 3 says, can you do what you would like to do? Can you do what you would like to do? It's not just you not liking what you want, you not liking what you're doing, then knowing what you would like to do. Knowing is different from doing. Just because you know something doesn't mean that thing is already done. I could tell you that, okay, I know that I'll be traveling to so and so. I'm just giving an example. I know that I'll be traveling to so and so place in 2 weeks, and I have to go and get a document. Just because I've said it doesn't mean that I've done it. Do you know the 2 weeks can come and go, and I probably will not be able to go. I probably will not go, because I'm not putting efforts to do it. If it's something that I've planned for, that, okay, I'm planning to travel in 2 weeks, then I have to start working towards it. Get my flight ticket, start packing my things, and doing all the necessary things that will make that trip successful to and fro. So that's how it's supposed to be. Can you do what you would like to do? Do you possess the abilities of what you desire and love to do? Do you know the difference between what you want and what you are good at? Because to be successful, you need to be doing what you are good at. And that's the truth. If you're not good at what you're doing, it's hard to be successful. And consistency in what you are good at brings mastery. And mastery brings success. So you see, it's a process. Do you know what drives you and what gives you satisfaction? Some people go into things for the wrong reasons, and that's true. Proverbs 16 verse 2 says, all a person's ways seem pure to them, but motives are weighed by the Lord. Many people are on the job for the rewards that come with the job, and not the job itself. And that's what's happened to most of us. Most people, they're on the job because of the paycheck, and that's it. They're not interested in the job. They're not interested in whatever they experience, they gain nothing. They just, all they want is that paycheck. But you see, that doesn't move you forward. You need to be interested in what you are doing, because not just about the paycheck, but also that you're gaining experience for growth. That somehow within that system you are growing. It's helping you, it's moving you, it's giving you clarity to your next purpose, it's pushing you forward. When what motivates you lines up with what satisfies you, it's a powerful combination, and that's true. If you're being motivated by something and you derive satisfaction and fulfillment doing that thing, that's very powerful. That means you're on your way to success. Did you know what your values and priorities are? Have you aligned your values to the path of accomplishing your purpose? When pursuing purpose, you need to discipline and commit yourself to achieve it. Make sure all your priorities are pointing towards your purpose, and that's very important. It's not just you having a purpose and identify it. All your priorities should point towards it. That means everything you do every day from morning till night should move you towards your calling, should move you towards your assignment, should be an added value to what you are doing to get to your next level. So when pursuing purpose, you need discipline and you also need commitment. All these things comes with traits and characteristics. You need to be disciplined, you need to be committed, you need to be dedicated. All these things are things that will lead you to your next level. Number 4, do you know why you want to do what you would like to do? The why is the purpose or the reason. So not just knowing your purpose, but why you want to do it? What is your goal? What is your fulfillment? All these things are very important because these are things that help you to grow, to move to your success. It is important for you to know the why you would like to do and what you want to do. Motives matter, and that's true. Motives matter a lot. The reason for what you are doing is actually what will give you the result of what you want. When you do things for the right reasons, it gives you inner strength even when things go wrong. Doing things for the right reasons brings out the best in you because it's your passion. You always give it your all and put others ahead of you, and that is true. So when you do things for the right reasons, it gives you passion. You know that you are doing it, especially when you are doing it for others, not just for yourself. So when you invest into things that help to bring others up, help to build others up, you find out that you yourself, you achieve fulfillment in it. Number 5, do you know how to start what you want to do? Because the question, like we said, is not just knowing what you want to do, but how do you start? I had that problem a long time ago because I felt like I was just everywhere. And I think I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but I didn't have clarity. And it took a while. It took me 2 years for me to know exactly what God had called me to. Until of recent, when I know that, okay, God has called me to the ministry to inspire, to encourage, the ministry of counseling, to counsel, to be a partaker in the community, to counsel people, to help them to grow, to develop themselves, to bring out their inner person. Because most times, the enemy suppresses who we are, who our originality is, and gives us a fake identity. So I had to find my own identity first to find out who exactly I am and what is it exactly I carry and what is my purpose and my assignment and what does God want me to do. So when I found out that, I have a gift to talk, to encourage, to inspire, to counsel, I said, okay, that's awesome, and it's what I love to do. I do it passionately. I love to talk to people. I love to encourage them. I can have long conversations all about you, to know how you're doing, how you're growing, how you're taking to the next level. I'll give you advice, we'll talk, and that is just my passion. So the question, like I said, do you know how to start what you want to do? Number 1, you have to initiate the process. How do you initiate the process? To move from what you are doing now to what you want to do is a process. Picture where you would like to be in 5 years. I already have a picture of where I want to be in 5 years. I have a clear picture of it. But the choices I make today will only lead me to where I want to be in 5 years. It's not just having a picture. Once you have a clear picture of where you want to be in 5 years, your journey and your work and your walk towards it starts today. You start planning. You start, creating. Where do I start from? Do I have to go back to school? Do I have to go and get a certification? Do I have to go and do a professional course? Or do I have to do get more experience in this field? Do I have to engage in this? So many things will start lining up. You have to start sorting and checking on what exactly it is that you have to start with first, so that in 5 years you'll be where exactly you would want to be. So like I said, the choices you make today will lead you to where you want to be in 5 years. So everything starts from today. Anything and everything you do from now should be taking you to your desired destination. 5 years ago, I met someone and I asked, what would you like to be in 5 years? The person told me, oh, this, that. I'd like to be a nurse. And I'm like, okay, no problem. That was 5 years ago. Now, this year makes it 5 years. We had that conversation. And I asked, have you reached or near reached your passion and your plan that you told me 5 years ago? The person was like, I'm still on it. I'm like, okay, really? So what and how do you think you're going to start working towards? I said, I'm still working on it. I said, okay. I said, so what's your plan for the next 5 years? Guess what? The person told me the same thing. The person gave me the same thing. I said, what you're telling me now? You said in the next 5 years, this is where you love to be, right? But this was what you told me 5 years ago. What are you doing? That's going to be like 10 years. So I said, look, you have to be serious. You have to start working towards it. It's not just going to come and fall on your laps. You have to sacrifice. You have to invest. You have to push. You have to be dedicated. You have to be disciplined. You have to be committed. These are all the things that will lead you to your 5-year goal. Start today so that you can achieve it. So check your current location today. What are you doing right now? Is it going to take you there? If not, you have to change your direction and map out steps that will guide you to your next level. Then the next thing is action. Do something every day that will move you closer to your goal. Do it every day. Be the change that you want. That's what I said. If you want anything to change in your life, don't wait for someone to come and change it. Most times people don't come to change it for you. Instead, they come to put their own burdens on you per se. You know, it's not like they're after what you want to be. They're after what they want. And if you can help them achieve what they want, they will use you. But why would you make yourself available to be used by someone to achieve what they want when you can use the same time to achieve what you want? I'm not saying don't help other people. Of course, be a helper. But while you're helping other people to achieve their goal, make sure that you are also pursuing your own goal. Do you understand? That way there will be double success on both sides. So do something every day that will change, that will bring change and take you to your destination. Make sure that no day passes you by without you doing something that moves you closer to your goal. The Bible says faith without works is zero. So you have to act to succeed. It's not just by praying and sitting down and crossing your legs or fasting and now praying. You have to put in action. You're praying, you're fasting. At the same time, you're working towards it. If you have to go back to school, go back to school. If you have to go and get another job, go another job. If you have to start training in that area or whatever it is, start to just do something that will push you and move you further than where you are today. Then accountability. Keep track of your actions. Always show up and make sure you keep a progress report. It helps you to be conscious of your decisions. So it's important to be accountable. Even Jesus told us that God told us that at the end, when he comes on the last day, we're going to be accountable for our assignment, for everything that God has asked us to do. We're going to give account of what we did with our life and how it has either prospered us positively towards heaven or negatively towards, the pit of hell. So it is important that you have an accountability and keep track of your action. It helps to make you grow. It's a question, where was I last month? What did I achieve last month? Okay, this is what I achieved. So what is there to achieve this month? That's how you keep track. Don't just sit and just, leave everything. Always make sure that you keep track. Wherever you are this month should be a step higher from where you were last month. Whatever project you started last month, make sure that you finish it up so I can move you to the next level. So with all this, I hope that this will help you to find your passion. This will help you also to develop a commitment and also discipline and dedication to your passion so that you can achieve your goals in life, so you can be successful, and so that at the end of the day, we will give God all the glory. Thank you and have a blessed day. Goodbye.